One, two.
Apaguen los micrófonos.
Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the SIO strategies, and our group is confirmed by Lina Tapia, Cesar Oviedo, Adriana Sarmiento, Yorleidis Garcia, and me, Katiuska Camacho. Next. This presentation is divided into three. The first one is definition. Next, we are going with the examples, and finally, we're going to complete with the explanation of the activity. So first, we're gonna start with the small definition of what is it. We're gonna talk about shelter instruction observational protocol of, of a shelter SIOP. We're gonna talk about the strategies on this methodology. Basically, these are techniques designed to teach the second language, including the academic language, obviously through the language. These include obviously the adaptation of the material to make it more accessible for the students, foments the interaction, and obviously the collaboration in between students, the use of visuals, they can be videos, photos, and also they teach is it important to teach the vocabulary. And one thing is that if you're gonna teach the grammar, you have to be really specific and explicit with the teaching of the grammar. And obviously one another thing is that the evaluation, the assessment is always continues. You teach something and then you evaluate, you never stop to evaluate your students. The principal objective is to create an ambient inclusive and effective for both the students and the teacher.
Okay, now let's continue with some examples in order to understand the concept and how we can apply it in classes. For example, if we are talking about lesson preparation, is basically how we can contextualize the topic when we are opening a concept. For example, in a science class, we can show pictures, videos, or something like that in order to contextualize to the students. Let's continue with background building, that is basically about activate the prior knowledge in students. If we are in a history class, we can do an exercise, for example, distinguish past events between current situations. And so the students will be able to um, classify, write details, or something like that. Let's continue with input comprehension. It's about visual and manipulative resources are used. If we are in a math class and we are teaching colors, shapes, numbers, or counting, we can use blocks in order to the students can manipulate, touch, and it's easier for them memorize and remember them. Uh, let's continue with another slide. Okay, learning strategies is about techniques such as think, match, or shade. We can create spaces, for example, in a literature class, spaces where the students can share ideas, discuss about topics, and this can help to improve creative thinking and critical also. And finally, interaction is about teamwork and conversations are encouraged. If we are in a geography class, we can create groups and the students can learn from their classmates and develop skills or creative and critical thinking. Let's continue.
Okay, let's continue with the quick draw and what is worldwide Siop strategy. Okay, the first is what is this activity like? What is quick draw? Quick draw is an activity is a simple, interactive, and strategy designed to reinforce an understanding of the concept through the visualization, discussion, and metacognition. It's aligned that SIRP strategies complement by encourage learning to use mental imagery, critical thinking, and collaborative scaffolding. And so, why is work with SIOP strategies? First of all, metacognition learner can reflect how all they visualize and interpret the concepts. Second one, the scaffolding per discussion help build understanding collaboratively. And the third one is the differentiation, words for all language proficient levels or visualize transcend language barriers. But here's a step by step of the breakdown. Next slide, please.
So now I'm going to talk about introduce the contest. In this step is about the present a new topic to students. The teacher will introduce a concept, example, healthy eating, photosynthesis, and the command and a setting over else topic. Then you will ask the student to think about what concepts mean to them and to sketch and represent of it. Example, if the topic is healthy eating, a student can think about food, habits, or symbols that represent it. The second one step, next slide please, is quick draw time. Now, a student will draw their understanding of the concept without using word or level. And the teacher provide them with material, for example, a piece of paper, a whiteboard, or whatever digital tools. And then they should write quickly, focusing on elements, important elements, for example, balanced plate, vegetable, fruit, or someone exercising and stop eating junk food. Let's continue with Katiuska.
Okay. Okay, in the third step, that is called per group discussion, the idea is that the student can get in pairs or small groups where the learners explain their drawings while they draw, and they can get ideas like, for example, I drew a rainbow of fruit because the variety is important, or maybe I include a water bottle to show a hydration. And so the idea is that the teacher encourages the student to get some ideas from their drawings. next next Sorry. Okay, the instructor says that in this part is called class share out. Is the fourth step, in this step, basically the instructor asks what symbols do we see in multiple drawings or what are they important. The idea is that, as I mentioned before, the instructor or the teacher is going to encourage them, asking questions. About the drawings, about what they create. And at the end, basically, they are going to summarize some ideas, the ideas that the students mentioned, and the idea is to connect them to a lesson on nutrition or wellness.
Okay, finally, guys, let's do the activity. But first of all, I'm going to explain you an example of a scenario that is going to help you to understand how we're going to do the quick draw. Okay, the topic is healthy eating. So basically, how do you prepare for this quick draw activity? First, you need to use all your ideas to create a visual image, maybe in a draw, in a sketch of, or includes in with symbols uh, about the idea of the topic, what is healthy eating. Yeah. So it's okay if your drawing is simple or silly. The goal is you show your understanding the topic and you can use different kind of tools to uh, observe and development this activity. Next one, please. Yes. And why this works? First, we had the topic, right? Is healthy eating. So basically, you need to think in vegetables, fruit, not in junk food or something like this. So is how this work? Because first, it's simple and universal. Everyone has the prior knowledge about food, making it accessible to all of them. Second, the visual scaffolding. So drawing help learners to
No.
articulate ideas they might struggle to explain verbally. So you use the imagination and you connect ideas, the word with an image. Okay. And finally, the building critical thinking is why did you choose that symbol prompts deeper reflection. Okay. And finally, the next slide, the material that you need to do this activity is in a blank of paper like this one or a sticky notes. You need to maybe have colors, maybe pencil, markers. It's optional to you. It's up to you, whatever you want to use. And finally, a timer because this activity is the name is quite quick activity, quick draw. So it's a quick activity. You need to have the time about this. So don't be lazy and put all in the time that the person encourage you. Okay, and thanks. This is all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.